Hey Taurus, welcome to Duchess Tarot. Thank you for clicking on the video, visiting my channel. If any parts of the message resonates, please feel free to like, comment, as well as subscribe. I will never profess to be the best card reader on any social media platform. However, I do know how to read cards and I am usually on point. So please don't ask about divine feminines, divine masculines, portal, spellwork, or any of that other tarot bullshit. My readings are for informative purposes only and not to be taken as legal and or medical advice. I do read my cards literally as well as the energy. So the story will always reveal itself. Please remember that energy is not gender specific, can refer to you, someone you know, someone you have known, or someone you will know. I am brutally blunt and politically incorrect, and so if I offend anyone during this reading, sorry in advance. Not my intentions, and you should probably find yourself another tarot card reader. All right, tarot. Okay, Taurus, you could be into tarot, exploring tarot. But what I was going to say is, Taurus, the song that I got for you this week was Wicked by Future. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Okay, so this could be a situation where you feel like everybody is trying to use you as a scapegoat and everything. Everybody, you are the wicked one, you are the bad one, you're the villain in everybody's story is what I'm getting as well. Also, somebody lied about hooking up with you or reconciling with you, or you're lying about hooking up or reconciling with somebody. You could also be dealing with an Aquarius, Taurus. Somebody lied about reconciling a relationship and or a marriage too, or trying to. Somebody's trying to sweep something up, cover that they've been hooking up with somebody, that they've been meeting up with somebody. Somebody tried to get back with an ex, perhaps. And, or you have an ex that is trying to get back with you. This could have been, discovered and somebody's trying to save face. Like, I wasn't trying to get back with that person, or I wasn't talking to that person, that me and that person are just friends, or something to that effect. Also, the Hierophant also represents things like, inanimate objects, like, businesses, homes, things like that. So you could also find out that somebody has been sneaking over to somebody's house, coming over to somebody's house, perhaps when their person is not there. Somebody has been having an affair, Taurus. All right, what are we going to start with? All right, what is the overall energy for Tauruses for this week? Yeah, somebody is sneaking and doing something. Yeah, sneaking and hooking up with somebody, sneaking and meeting up with someone. But whatever it is, it's definitely a secret, and somebody's definitely lying about it. And this is coming out too. This is about to come out. You could also be dealing with a Capricorn. All right, what is the overall energy for Tauruses this week? Okay. Maybe you guys don't feel energetic, like you don't have any energy. Wow. All right, Taurus, what is going on? All right, one more, and then I'm just going to pick. Okay. Friendship. Number 16. And then after that, we have confidence, apprenticeship, despair, and spontaneity. Somebody also caught somebody too. So with this apprenticeship, despair, and spontaneity, so somebody could have walked in on someone. Somebody could have busted in on somebody. Somebody could have come home. I did say that somebody lies about somebody coming over to somebody's house when they're not there. Somebody could also work in a daycare too. Somebody could have come home unexpectedly. I forget what these dogs are called. Great Saint Bernard. Somebody could have a Saint Bernard. The 29th could be significant. The 27th could be significant. Somebody could be 38 and the number 1 could be significant as well. So somebody could be born on the 1st, the 29th, the 27th, or somebody could be 38 years old. But somebody walked in on somebody, busting in on somebody, and now somebody is scared. Somebody saw something that they weren't supposed to see. Or somebody found out some shit that they were not supposed to know. Also, this could be a situation where, Taurus, somebody could also be going to nursing school too, or learning how to be a STNA or a home health aide. So somebody could be trying to get their first aid certificate at this time. But somebody could have gotten beat up, shot, something to that effect, and they're not telling someone, or they don't have health care. And so basically, okay. First of all, somebody is a narc out here. Somebody is a bumbleclot informant. So you could be dealing out, and it just came out like that. So you could be dealing with somebody from the islands, but somebody's an informant. An informer. That song could be significant. That could have been somebody's song back in the day. Somebody could also be white from the Caribbean too. But somebody is most definitely an informer. Somebody got into a shootout or some type of violent altercation that they can't go to the hospital for. So it's either somebody doesn't want to go to the hospital because they don't have any medical insurance, but I'm more so getting somebody doesn't want to go to the hospital because they don't want to have to explain how they got bullet holes in their ass. Somebody suffered some head wounds too. Some type of head trauma. As a result, somebody is looking over their back. Yeah. Somebody is looking over their shoulder, not over their back. Somebody is looking over their shoulder. The church could be significant too. Somebody could find out that somebody was cheating with a pastor, or the pastor's wife was out here cheating. One of the two. So somebody works at a daycare. Somebody could have possibly have come home early, and somebody could have caught somebody in their house, or caught their person with someone. Also, somebody, like I said, could have made a wrong turn, walked into the wrong room, overheard the wrong conversation. But, yeah, somebody saw something that they weren't supposed to see as well. Also, there's something about, I don't know, anal. And somebody could be lying and saying that they... Okay, so this could be... because this is an old storyline, but yet it keeps coming up. So there could be something that's going on with somebody in their butt. Okay? Somebody could need to go to the doctor. However, they're not going to the doctor, perhaps because they don't have any medical insurance, or I don't know. Or they don't want it to be known that they need to go to the doctor for these ailments. But somebody most definitely needs to go to the doctor. Okay? That's number one. Second of all, somebody could have also, okay, what do the young people call a trigger alert? There's somebody out here who could have gotten sexually assaulted and sodomized out here. So there could be somebody who's a sex worker, or somebody who does something strange for a little piece of change, or however it goes down, but it definitely involves something anal. And somebody could have contracted something. Somebody could have been dealing with somebody who's into that, and unbeknownst to them, you know, they caught something and could have given it to their partner also, is what I'm hearing. Somebody knows that they need to go to the doctor, but either they're not going because they're scared of the prognosis, or they don't, like I said, they don't have the medical insurance to do it. Somebody could also live by the beach. So I'm getting California, coastal region. Somebody could live in a coastal region. Also, somebody could live in a very small town as well. Somebody could have indulged in some type of anal pleasure, and they could have said that it was their first time, they've never done this before or whatever, and come to find out that they do this all the time. There's definitely something going on with somebody's ass. Okay, the first is significant, so that could be this person's birthday. you could be worried because you know this about somebody and somebody knows that you know this about them. And so basically, you know, their whole thing is, well, if you tell anybody, you know, I'm going to bash your brains out. Also, there is somebody out here who could have possibly contracted somebody. So this is with this card, this friendship card. So this is somebody who's supposed to be friends with a whole bunch of different people. So all the boys come to the yard, you know, they all want to hang out and everything. At the bottom of the deck, Courage 18. They all want to hang out. They all want to, you know, be around this person. So this is a woman and she's super friendly. You know, she's always around men, but it's always a friend, you know, oh, that's just my friend, or that's just this, and that's just that, and everything. Somebody entertains these people. Somebody slept with somebody that was supposed to be a friend. So perhaps this is somebody, two people, you know, had a sneaky link and they hooked up, but, you know, they were, you know, they tell everybody that they're friends, they're brother and sister and all this, but they ended up sleeping together. They ended up, you know, hooking up and everything. One of these people gave the other something. And the reason why they didn't use, you know, protection with this person is perhaps this wasn't the first time that they've been hooking up. Or they just thought that this person would have enough respect for them, you know, because of just on the strength of the friendship or whatever, that they would protect themselves if they went out and did something else. Or, you know, that basically they would hold this person's health, you know, in high regard. And they would, you know, try to protect and safeguard this person because, you know, just on the strength that they were friends. All right, let's see what states could be significant with this. For birthdays. Taurus, this is like a secret. You are not telling anybody anything. Like you're not talking to anybody. You're not saying a word. All right, so what came out was New Hampshire. So somebody could be a Gemini, Cancer, Cusper, June 21st. Somebody could have also been born July 88. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, January 9th. Again, July 88 is significant. 1788 could be significant. That could be somebody's address as well. We have Idaho. You could also be getting with this gem state. Somebody could be getting engaged. We have July 3rd, Cancer. Somebody could have been born August of 1990. So if you're dealing with a Cancer, you could be getting engaged. June 20th, Gemini, you could be dealing with a Gemini. West Virginia could be significant. Charleston. We have New York in the reverse. So there could be something going on. If you are a Taurus in New York, I don't know, you know, there could be something going on in your state. In the reverse, it's not good. I'll tell you that much. The Empire State, so something specifically can be happening in New York City. July 26th, so that is a Leo. So you could be a Leo. You could be dealing with the Leo. Again, 88 is significant. And then finally, we have Nevada. Here in Vegas. Somebody hits the strip in Vegas, or somebody has been to Vegas to sell ass before. We have October 31st. So again, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. August of 64 could be significant, or somebody's address could be 1864. Or 1863, 1788, and 1890. All right, Taurus. All right. So, the Hierophant and the Magician. What is the Hierophant and the Magician for my Tauruses out here? Okay, we have the 10 of Hearts. So somebody's lying about a relationship. Somebody is in a relationship, possibly in line with this double-decker bus. This is actually a triple-decker bus. There's a third-party situation, too. Somebody comes to see somebody at night, or somebody does something at night. purple could be somebody's favorite color as well. Alright. We have 5 of cups. My mind kind of just... Alright, what is this? Magician, High Priestess for my Tauruses. So somebody is lying or keeping something a secret. Also, there could be somebody that has been trying to do some type of magic, witchcraft, voodoo magic. I did say in the beginning that somebody is in the tarot or in the spirituality, or somebody is trying to learn that, trying to learn some type of secrets or to do some type of spell or something on somebody. We have 10 of clubs. Okay, so just when I said that, work. Somebody's trying to do some type of work on somebody's relationship. Somebody could be trying to put a love spell on somebody to make them come back. Also, somebody could, I did say somebody was proposing to somebody. Somebody could also be planning on taking somebody on a cruise with this what is it, Durmstrang ship. I don't know what that means. So this could be like a Carnival cruise line. You know, like a little mini hotel, you know, on the water and everything. So somebody could be planning to take a cruise. All right, what is this High Priestess star? Also, somebody is dealing with an Aquarius. I did say that. All right, what is this High Priestess star? We have 5 of diamonds. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have 4 of spades. So I did say somebody was sleeping with somebody. Somebody comes over when somebody is at work for a good time. Okay. Somebody uses toys. Somebody has, so this could be a situation when somebody goes to work and everything, somebody goes out and they entertain other people. I am getting strong sex worker vibes. Back to what I was going to say. Somebody could have been a sex worker and they could have gotten assaulted and don't want to go to the hospital because they don't want the world to know that they was out here selling their ass and got it took from them. Also, again, somebody is sick and they don't know why they're sick, or they know something is wrong, but they can't afford to go to the doctor because perhaps they don't have any medical. Somebody has diarrhea, meaning somebody shits on themselves. Somebody shits on themselves. Shitted on it. Somebody is also a traveling hoe, meaning she will come to her or he will come to his clients' houses or where they are. Also, you can find out that when your person is supposed to be at work, they're actually out there turning tricks. Somebody has like a whole bag of toys and lubes and condoms and stuff that they keep in their car, perhaps in their trunk. Somebody keeps all this stuff in their trunk of their car. And so when they're supposed to be at work or they're supposed to be doing whatever, they basically are out turning tricks. Somebody is sick. A mastiff could be significant. You could be dealing with this came out in Aries. You could be dealing with the Aries as well. And if somebody is not with, somebody is definitely sick. Somebody needs to go to the doctor. But, yeah, somebody's also sleeping with somebody on their job too. Somebody that they work with. Okay, Taurus. Let's see. Yeah, so somebody is, first of all, somebody is dealing with somebody that they work with. Okay? So somebody is dealing with somebody that they work with. There's somebody that's having a workplace affair. Somebody is trying to keep this under wraps too. That's just my coworker. Well, why is your coworker calling you at 10 o'clock at night? Oh, because we have this big program or project and everything, or I'm helping, my coworker do X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. And this the coworker coming around, peeping in. I don't know if that's still on. This is the coworker coming in, looking around and everything. To see, is the coast clear? Can we come through? Somebody watches somebody's kids too. So this could be a situation where somebody gets paid. Somebody has 3 kids that they watch. This could be 3 grandkids that somebody watches. And so basically they're supposed to be watching the kids, but whilst watching the kids, they're also entertaining male callers too. So the kids make a perfect alibi. Oh, I was with my kids and da-da-da-da-da. Or I was over here to such and such's house babysitting. But they also have their people coming too. Alright. Alright, give me my Taurus. Okay, well 4 came out exactly, so I'm going to go ahead and take these. So we have 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands in the reverse, 8 of Pentacles, and then we have the Judgment card. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, so somebody was in a third-party situation. This third-party situation could have resulted in a child. All right, so somebody is not telling somebody that they actually go over to their baby mama's house, or somebody has a super secret baby somewhere that they've been caring for and taking care of. So when somebody goes to work, then they may actually go to work, but before they get there, they go and they make a stop over somebody's house. All right. Also, Also, you can find out, Taurus, that the reason why you can never contact it seems like you can never get in contact with your person when they're supposed to be at work is because they're sleeping with somebody on their job. So basically, just to keep the chaos down, or to keep you from kind of finding out or something to that effect, they just don't answer their phone when they're at work. So that makes the perfect alibi. Well, how come I was calling you and I couldn't get a hold of it? I was at work. Now, who can argue with that? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, who's going to sit there and who's going to argue with that? And so basically, like I said, that makes the perfect alibi for somebody. I was at work. Also, going back to somebody was secretly hooking up with somebody was having a super secret affair, somebody also has been paying somebody not to talk about it too. Somebody has been paying somebody not to spill the beans about whatever this is. Also, if this is a sex worker situation and all, there could be somebody's worker out here that's sick. and has been infecting people with whatever this is. And so basically the pimp or the boss or whoever is going around paying the clients, you know, hoping to take care of the clients and paying the clients, you know, not to say anything. Because they won't get any more clients if they're labeled as dirty. Also, somebody is going to try to build a business by themselves or has been trying to build a business by themselves, and they've been keeping that quiet. What they do for work or what they plan on doing for work. You could also be dealing with the Cancer. Okay. If you are dealing with the Cancer, first of all, somebody's going to jail. Number one. Second of all, somebody betrayed this Cancer. Somebody betrayed a Cancer. Perhaps the Cancer was whom perhaps the Cancer was the person that was getting lied to. Also, somebody also lied about being a Cancer side bitch. And somebody has been paying you, Leo. I'm sorry, Leo. Somebody has been paying you, Taurus. You could be dealing with the Leo. Has been paying you, Taurus, or you've been paying somebody else to keep their mouth quiet about whatever relationship this is. Somebody is somebody's mistress. Somebody is somebody's mistress, and yeah, so I'm just gonna, and I could be wrong, put the energies where they fit. If you are dealing with the Cancer, this could be the person that has, if you are dealing with the Cancer, I see a situation where somebody has been cheating on somebody with another girl, another woman, not a woman, but a girl, a young girl. So somebody has been having an affair with a young girl or somebody that's younger than them. And so basically, to keep this girl's mouth shut, they got to constantly give this chick money. So she doesn't come home and tell you what a good time she's been having with your person. Okay? All right, really fast. What is the outcome for this for my Tauruses? All right, clout chaser. Somebody is definitely a clout chaser. We have past life in the reverse, so somebody's ex or somebody's lies from the past are coming back to haunt them. Somebody was messing around with somebody in the past and lied and said, oh, we're just friends. There's nothing like that. That's just my guy, or however it goes down. And that could be coming out. I did say that. Also, clickbait. Somebody could be trying to get your attention. Somebody could be trying to big themselves up or pump themselves up so that they will be favored, or, you know, people will pay them attention. So this could be a situation where, you know, you find yourself in a group of people and, you know, they all have accomplishments, or they all have, you know, significant accomplishments, Taurus, and you don't really have, accomplishments that are comparable to what these other people have. So you kind of just like exaggerate what you do and what you have. So either you can fit in, be relevant, or you can be seen as the person, you know, like the shining star in the room. And then we have a side hustle. I did say somebody was working on a business or working on something. Somebody is trying to figure out different streams or different avenues of money. Somebody stays on their grind. Now, going back to somebody is a mobile hoe. This could be somebody's side hustle. How they earn extra money is perhaps they might turn a trick here and there. You hear the dogs barking in the background because there's some hoes in this house. Somebody's also getting tired of being lied to. So going back to this, well, why haven't I taught why haven't you called me? Why? Oh, I've been working. I just been busy. I just been, trying to get my money up. I just been this. I was like, suddenly somebody doesn't have time for somebody anymore like they used to. Like they used to. And so as a result, people could be trying to, somebody could be trying to get their money up. So perhaps, you're dealing with somebody that unless you have something in your hand for them, they're not going to fool with you. Every time you come to them, you better come to them with something in your hand because you can't come to them empty handed. You know what I'm saying? And so now money kind of isn't right and all. So now this person doesn't have time for you. Somebody has something shocking. You won't believe this story. It's going to come out that somebody or a group of people have something, and the way that all these people have contracted some, or this doesn't necessarily have to be have something, but I do get somebody is sick, but this could be a situation where, some foul shit could have happened in a community or a friend circle, and there's a lot of people that are involved in it or tied to it. And when this comes out, this shit's going to be crazy. Also, back to the person who used to sell, if say this is somebody out here who does sell tail for money and everything, and then they have contracted something, so now they're not able to sell ass anymore. You know what I mean? Now somebody is trying to figure out how they're going to come up with, that extra money because that have been their side hustle for so long. Somebody's body is quite literally giving out on them. So say, okay, we did see when I pulled the other cards and everything, it was the spontaneity card that, what was it? I think it was the number one card, just, somebody's ass was out, which leads me to believe that there's some type of, anal, whatever, business going on. Perhaps that was if somebody sold sex, that was somebody's specialty, was anal. You know what I mean? And that's how they kept, they made their money because I guess not a lot of people offer that, or the services that they offer, not a lot of people offer. They had kind of carved out a niche for themselves and everything. But now, because they have abused their body for so long that they can no longer provide that service. Somebody needs to go, in order for somebody to be able to work again, somebody needs a surgery. Somebody's ass is blew out. I don't know why that just came. Somebody's ass is blew out. It's to the point now that when they boo-boo, blood and stuff comes out. Or some crazy shit comes out. Like pus or I don't know. It's something not right. Somebody's backside is oozing something. And so as a result, they can no longer provide these sexual services. And somebody needs to go to the doctor to either get treated or to get, say somebody's walls are blew out, to get them tightened back up, but somebody just doesn't have the money to do it anymore. And also, even if somebody did have the money to do it, like somebody has abused their body so badly, and then somebody's also getting older in age, so the money and the clients just aren't coming to them the way that they used to, or they have been, fucked out. So, what I'm saying? People are tired of the same old crackers. And so now somebody has to figure out how to make, money. Because the way that they were making money, they can't make it anymore. So, say, for instance, you were dealing with somebody and, and it was, for the most part, sexual, but you dealt with them, you gave. I mean, it was a very transactional type of situation. You know what I'm saying? They provide a sexual service for you and everything. And you provided them with financial stability. Well, guess what? This person can no longer provide this sexual service to you or for you anymore. Or if they did, you're bored with it. It's not as good as it used to be. I'm hearing it's not worth the money anymore. And so now, you know what I'm saying? You're not calling. You're not coming around the way that you used to because, you know, it's done. And somebody would depend on you, would depend on the fact that you would come to them for this service so they could count on that money. Like, well, I know when he get paid, he going to come over here because he going to want to, you know, do his little thing or whatever. So I know I can count on that money. But because, you know, somebody's stuff isn't good anymore, that money isn't coming. So the money that they used to depend on to pay bills and you know, whatever, make ends meet, they don't have that anymore. So now somebody has got to figure out what to do. So now somebody is trying to find anybody whom they think has money that they can go to. Also, somebody just wants to be seen with somebody because they figure if they're seen with this person, well, then that would give them clout. Do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. Yeah. Somebody could be thinking about starting a channel or doing some type of podcast or some type of videos as a way to generate some type of new revenue, new income. Self-made. Yeah, somebody wants to open up there. Somebody called themselves a self-made business person, but somebody got a wake-up call, or somebody, that was what somebody said that they were doing this for, so they could open up their own business. I'm only doing this so I can open up my own business.